Growing up, I didn't have the closest relationship to my father. In fact, my father was in the military and I was staying with my grandmother. However, he was still helping to take care of me by sending money home. And then when he got out of the military, when I was about 8 years old, I stayed with him and he raised me along without my mother. Because my mother was out of the picture, she abandoned me completely. And even though my father was not the best man, at least he was there. I was fortunate enough to have two black father figures in my life, two mentors. Well, one was more of a mentor, the other was a father figure for sure. That helped guided me and kept me out of trouble because when I was younger, of course, everybody has a story, but let's just say that I wasn't cool, calm, and collected all the time. So these men helped to show me the way and show me a better path. One I would call Mr. V. Mr. V was an old military guy. And I remember the first time I met him, me and one of my friends, we were horsing around fighting in the ROTC, the JROTC classroom. And the next thing I know, this guy busts in, yells, "What the hell are you dumbasses doing?" And then he threatens to kick our ass. We was all taken back because we never had a teacher talk to us like that. Granted, he was a substitute ex-military guy. He made us do push-ups for the remaining of the classroom. And then afterwards, he came and talked to us one-on-one, as a veteran, old seasoned man to young up-and-coming man about how your behavior, how you present yourself, that's going to judge people about how you're going to be judged by that by a lot of other people. And he might give you the opportunity and just ride you off. I always appreciate that. So Mr. V, whenever I had something going on, I will always just talk to him and he will guide me on the best path possible and give me the best advice possible. And he didn't always have the answers, but sometimes he'll give me recommendations of books to read and things of that nature. One of the most important things that I learned from him is not everybody is going to give you that second chance. They're going to take that first impression and they're going to judge you on it for the rest of your life. So make sure it's the best first impression you give to somebody. Then the other one that was an actual father figure, I'll say, let's call him Mr. B. Mr. B was one of my friends' dad. And since me and my friends were close, we were growing up, he treated me like I was one of their sons. If I got a bad grade, I got in trouble with this house. If they had chores, I had chores too. I ate, I played, I learned. I mean, he saw in me what he saw in me, I think, sometimes what he saw in himself when he was younger, a lost young man. And he helped me to understand and control my temper, or I won't even say my temper, but why the reasons why I was always so angry and hurt. And, anger is not always anger. Anger is a combination of things. And that's why I had to discover that it's sadness, it's loneliness, it's betrayal. It's just an accumulation of emotions that is turned into anger. And sometimes you got to learn how to separate each thing and work through that to not be angry anymore. And I'll always be eternally grateful for him taking the time to not just to see another angry black man, or an angry black boy, and help him become I like to think that I'm a pretty decent man today. Fathership figures and mentorship, always needed. With that being said, as I became a man and got older, I always paid it forward and try to mentor and guide people younger than me because that's what's needed in this world. And sometimes we don't always have that luxury of having a Mr. V or a Mr. B in our lives to help guide us on the right path or give us words of encouragement. Sometimes you have somebody like me, Anthony, that will try to help, talk to you and guide you too. We don't always have that luxury. But one thing that a lot of people did have growing up, at least as far as I can remember, was, I hate to say it, TV. And on TV, some of the most successful shows I remember growing up seeing was like Family Matters. They had Carl, the black father. Fresh Prince, Uncle Phil, black father. Bernie Mac show. I was already an adult then, but I was a young adult. He was hard, but he was a great father. He made jokes, but he always had their best interest at heart. And no matter how hard he was on them, he wanted to make sure they were successful. Sister, is it Avery? I can't name his name right now. Ray. I don't know why I said Avery. Ray. He took in his daughter's sister and his mother and helped raise them, well not them, excuse me, raise both the girls like they were his own. And that was a beautiful thing. And that's something that you rarely see. Same thing in Uncle Phil. At first, let's be real here, Uncle Phil was not feeling Will Smith at all. He couldn't stand Will Smith. He kind of wanted to ride him off at first. As time progressed, you saw that fathership, that bond grow between him, and that he was even there more than his own father. When his own father, I won't say betrayed him, let him down, and ran off again when Will was like 17, they was about to go on that road trip. He was there just to listen and to let him cry and vent that frustration. And that's the thing that I love seeing on TV, is that black fathers always, on TV, keep in mind, no matter what they say in the news, that, there's no such thing as black fathers. We're always absent. I mean, heck, I'm a single father myself, but the news and people always say, black fathers or black guys or black men don't care about their kids, etc. But the most popular, successful TV shows that I remember had strong black fathers there raising a good, strong family. And I just find it interesting because the news would tell you the lie, but the entertainment that's fishing would tell you the truth. And that's where discernment comes into play. I know more black fathers that are there for their kids or trying to be there for their kids, or like in my case, raising their kid alone, compared to women. And I'll be real here. I grew up without a mother. Unfortunately, my daughter grew up without a mother. They're not dead. They just abandoned their kids. My dad, unfortunately, he knew his mother, but he had to step up more because his mother, my grandmother, didn't want to step in the ways of that motherhood role. But his father did, my grandfather. So, and then, I have Mr. B and Mr. V, all, to me, strong, great black men in my own personal life that helped raise their kids and other people's kids. That's all I've seen in my community, is black men wanting to stand up, wanting to be there, wanting to mentor, wanting to teach, wanting to help grow. But we have so much going against us that the news and the media and all these social media personalities are saying about black men, but I've never seen that. I can honestly, guys, say I have never seen a black man in my life that not want to be a part of their kids' lives. Not ever. Even the ones that just got fresh out of prison, one of the first things they want to do is want to be there for their kid. And another black TV that I was thinking of that's kind of a more recent thing was, Julius, like everybody hates Chris. I don't care too much for Terry Crews, but you got to admit, that man worked, what was it, 2 or 3 jobs, helping raise 3 kids, looking after Chris's best friend, and never missing a beat when it came to work and being there for the kids, even though he was tired. He was a very hardworking, well-respected man. And you could tell by how Chris Rock wrote that show how much love he had for his father, respect he had for his father. So it's just one of these things that if you have a black man in your life, if you know a black father, give him some kudos outside of Father's Day. Make him feel like that he's loved and appreciated. Because we have so much going against us now to where I don't even know of a black father that's really stepping up in today's media, like TV shows. I know Cedric the Entertainer has a TV show where he's a black father, but his kids are grown, so he's not really helping raising them. It's just more of a comedy show. But I can't think of any others that just, that's just raising their kids, mentoring them. You gotta go 10 plus years back to see stuff like that. I guess too much of a positive influence that we can learn from. They don't want us to see that so we can keep growing from it. Anyways, you guys tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know that you have a black father figure. If it wasn't your exact father, the man that stepped up and this, I hope you take that time to show them love and appreciation. Because it's hard out here, right? Underappreciated, undervalued, but we always step up. Anyways, hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.